Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile character review. Guys, today we're going to have a very interesting episode because we have to review the one and only Black Dragon Kabal. As usual guys, please know the date when this video has been recorded because a lot of things may have changed since then, and if you're not familiar with the matrix I'm using in order to evaluate characters, you can find it on the top right corner of the screen. So without any further ado, let us put Black Dragon Kabal to the test. Black Dragon Kabal guys was released on the 17th of October 2019 and he didn't have any price because he was released as a diamond, and as you well know, diamonds cannot be found in the store. So let's find out why. His attack is 63,466, which ranks 6th in MK Mobile. The health is 132,480, that is pretty high, and it ranks 4th among all cards in the game. The toughness is 56,700, which ranks 2nd in the game, and the recovery is 54,810, which is the 5th highest in MK Mobile. The power generation is also pretty high, it is 130%. So for his stats, Black Dragon Kabal gets the incredible 26.2 out of 28 possible points. Special 1 of Black Dragon Kabal guys looks and feels like the special 1 of MK11 Kabal. It is called Buzzsaw Trio and it can be blocked by the enemy completely. In addition, it has Snare as debuff. However, if you manage to score more than 90% of the minigame, you will activate the Crushing Blow of the special attack, which will trigger an additional debuff, Bleed. Moreover, the special attack can be cast from distance, even from the other side of the map, that will be perfectly fine. It is lethal, it consists of 3 mini hits, and it has the single tap circle as minigame. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 20,943, which is the 9th highest in the game, and the maximum damage is amazing, it is 52,359, which is the highest in Mortal Kombat Mobile. Once again, the special attack can be completely blocked by the opponent, it has Snare plus eventual Bleed as debuffs, it can be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of 3 mini attacks, and it has the single tap circle as minigame. So for his special 1, Black Dragon Kabal will get the amazing 12.9 out of 13 possible points. Special 2 of Kabal guys is amazing, it is called Merry-Go-Round and it is completely unblockable. In addition, it has speed as buff, and by the way, this was the ability that made me reconsider this buff in general. In the past I'd considered speed as something underwhelming, but now I do believe that it's almost as useful as if you have a power generation buff. So what I did is I actually changed the points that should be given for the speed buff. I don't think I reviewed any other character before that had speed on any of his special attacks, so I believe that's perfectly fine, and I'm going to apply this going forward with the reviews. Anyways, the ability cannot be cast from distance though, you have to keep that in mind. You have to be next to the enemy because after all this is a grapple. The special attack is lethal, it consists of 3 mini hits, and it has the 2 single tap circles as mini game. When it comes to damage, the minimum damage of the ability is 52,359, which ranks 8th in the game, and the maximum damage is 94,247, which is an incredible achievement for a grapple, and it ranks 16th in Mortal Kombat Mobile. Anyways, let's repeat the properties of the ability. The special attack is completely unblockable, it has speed as buff, it cannot be cast from distance, it is lethal, it consists of 3 mini hits, and it has the 2 single tap circles as minigame. So for his special 2, Black Dragon Kabal is going to get 13.9 out of 19 possible points. Okay guys, we got to the X-ray, or in this current case, the Fatal Blow. Well, what can I say about the Fatal Blow of Black Dragon Kabal? It looks really awesome, it has pretty nice buff power generation. You know that the buff is going to apply to your entire team, not only to Kabal, which is amazing. And of course the ability can be cast from distance, which is always useful for an X-ray. When it comes to damage, the damage of the ability is 125,662, which ranks 9th in the game. Once again, the Fatal Blow can be cast from distance and it has power generation as buff. So for his Fatal Blow, Black Dragon Kabal is going to get 3.7 out of 4 possible points, and the total amount of points he gets for his special attacks adds up to the amazing 30.5 out of 36 possible. The basic attacks of Black Dragon Kabal, guys, are pretty great, I have to admit that. Now, honestly, he doesn't have the perfect chaining, but he hits so fast, and his recovery speed is so great that they completely compensate for his imperfect chaining. Because it is true that if the enemy is blocking, Kabal doesn't really push him away, which kind of leaves him vulnerable for counterattack. But after all, it doesn't matter because he's that fast and his recovery speed is incredibly quick. So in the end of the day, he's perfectly safe. So in other words, Kabal is great without block breaking gear, but if you decide to give him such equipment, he will be pretty much perfect. So I decided to give him 8.8 out of 10 possible points for his basic attacks. The passive of Black Dragon Kabal, guys, is called Outrun Death, and here it is what it does, I quote. On tagging, Black Dragon Kabal stuns and curses the opponent. When reduced to below 50% health, Black Dragon Kabal get 35% for unblockable attacks. When a Black Dragon teammate is defeated, Black Dragon Kabal will tag in and if unblocked will perform his Fatal Blow attack. Black Dragon teammate combo enders and special attacks count as sneak attacks, cannot be dodged. Now, where do we begin? First thing first, he has upgraded version of MK11 Kabal tagging attack, because while MK11 Kabal just stuns you, Kabal also curses you, which is pretty good if you can follow with Special 1 or Special 2, considering the fact that you have high critical hit chance, which is a must on Black Dragon Kabal. In addition, if he gets below 50% health, he gets 35% chance for unblockable attacks, and that's pretty insane because, as you well know, his basic attacks are awesome, so in a way he doesn't really need block breaking gear, not at all. And of course, when a Black Dragon teammate is defeated, Black Dragon Kabal will tag in and will perform Fatal Blow. Now, this is the part of his passive which I kind of dislike. I cannot really say that I dislike it, but I have mixed feelings towards it. Now, thing is, if one of your character dies and you have free Fatal Blow on the enemy that killed you, that's pretty awesome. However, you have to keep in mind that this can backfire on you pretty horrible if the enemy has Centaurian defense. Currently you are seeing this footage. I am actually trying to perform a Kanos X-ray from distance. I actually messed it up, but thing is, Kabal just did his Fatal Blow and this resulted in a disaster for me because he committed suicide. The enemy had Centaurian defense and this is the reason why I lost the game. So my advice for you guys is going to be, use it always as a last resort. You should never use it on purpose. You should never use it like, okay, I want this enemy to kill my Kano or to kill my Tremor because I want to trigger Kabal's passive. No, you shouldn't use it like this because you can literally lose the game. However, if you have no other option, sure, take advantage of it. After all, Centaurian defense has just 20% chance to trigger. So most of the cases you'll get away with it, but at some cases it will be extremely painful to watch how your Kabal commits suicide by doing his Fatal Blow attack. And the last part of his passive, guys, is the best part of his passive. This is a game changer because it counters the game changer. You know, ever since Assassin Jade was released to the game, when you're building a team, you're asking yourself, okay, how good this team will be against Assassin Jade? Well, if you have Black Dragon Kabal, you are no longer asking this question because literally you don't care. Jade cannot evade, Relentless Jason cannot evade, it is all good. With all that said, guys, I'll be giving a solid 20 out of 20 points for Black Dragon Kabal's passive. It is pretty damn awesome, it is a game changer, it is amazing. Kabal is just an outworld character, so he gets 1 point for classes and 2 points for tagging attack. Remember, he can tag in, he can stun you, and he can curse you. Okay guys, it is time to decide whether Black Dragon Kabal is a good character, and I believe the answer is pretty clear to anybody. He has amazing stats, amazing special attacks with pretty nice buffs and debuffs. He also has incredibly good basic attacks and an incredibly good passive. All we know, he doesn't have any drawbacks. And you cannot even say that he is squishy, that he is a glass cannon, because he has the 4th highest health in the game and the 2nd highest toughness. He's just perfect. So, I believe some of you are already seeing it, guys. I will be giving Kabal 3 out of my 3 subjective points. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to add. I cannot think of even one drawback of this character. I mean, he can do well as a fighter, even though there are better characters out there if we are going to compare them purely as fighters. Yeah, I admit MK11 Scorpion, for example, is the better fighter. However, you can play Kabal as a support, you can play Kabal as a tag-in assassin, you can play Kabal in any way you want, against any character you want, because Jade and Relentless Jason are no longer an issue, and that is huge. So, with my 3 subjective points, guys, Kabal is going to score the impossible 91.5 points, and we can label him as a perfect character. There is no more MK11 Sub-Zero, guys. We have a new leader, we have a new champion, and his name is Black Dragon Kabal. In fact, I was sure that nobody will ever cross the 90 points mark, but there you go, Kabal is here to prove me wrong. Black Dragon Kabal, final verdict, perfect character. Okay guys, we got to the gameplay. Now please guys, never use Black Dragon Kabal as your starter. He's not a good opener, not because he's bad at this position, but because he excels at not being the opener. Especially in a Black Dragon team, you have Black Dragon Tremor. Always use Tremor as a starter, and always use Kabal on spot number 2 or number 3 in your team. When it comes to the characters that he counters, of course that is really easy. Assassin Jade, Relentless Jason, they really cannot do anything against Kabal. And of course, Combat Cup Sonya can be an easy matchup because even if she gives you a red card, you can always trigger your passive. So the moment somebody of your team dies, Kabal will interfere despite the red card. And by the way, Sonya actually counters Kabal as well because she is immune to stun, and she gives this stun immunity to the other Combat Cup members, and this is kind of not a good news for Kabal because he likes stunning people. And of course another difficult matchup for him is MK11 Kabal because he cannot really stun on tagging. I mean, he can, but in the end of the day he is going to get stunned. So yeah, MK11 Kabal can be a difficult matchup. And when it comes to the best gear for Black Dragon Kabal, guys. You know, I always give him Rat Hammer and Shao Kahn helmet, reason being, on tag in, he curses the enemy, so he deals more critical damage. Therefore, you need to have high critical hit chance in order to take advantage of that. This is the reason why I don't like to use the respirator on him. It is a very defensive item, and one of its perks unlocks after you do Fatal Blow, and as you well know, I don't like doing Fatal Blows with Kabal. It is an overkill and it is risky. So, for the first slot, Rat Hammer. For the second slot, Shao Kahn helmet. For the third slot, you can give him something that reduces the power cost of Special 2, for example, Soul Medallion. And when it comes to the fourth slot, you have a lot of options. You can give him Cory Blade, if you have it. Cory Blade is an amazing item for Kabal. You can also give him, for example, Dragon Teeth, why not? It increases the critical damage by 75%, and that is huge. And of course, you can give him Nomad's Buzzsaw if you want to have some fun, even though a lot of time it will take until you can actually max this item, but even in Fusion 1 is okay. And of course, don't forget, guys, that Black Dragon Kabal has very high base toughness, so any gear that gives boost to the toughness will be always welcome for him. For example, Witch Ward will be pretty nice, and also Storm Hat, why not? Remember, it is true that Kabal deals insane amount of damage, but you can also turn him into a damage dealing machine that is quite tanky at the same time, and this is where this character shines. And when it comes to the best teams, guys, I'm going to be Captain Obvious. Kabal really shines in Black Dragon team, but he is also good outside of a Black Dragon team without any problems. You can support him with Sun God Kotokan and Mournful Kitana, and he will wreak havoc on any enemy in Faction Wars. In addition, he is really amazing with classic Liu Kang, guys. Honestly, if you pair those two guys, you cannot lose. Once Kabal stacks in, he's going to stun the enemy, he's going to curse the enemy, and the enemy is going to be crippled. I mean, what more do you want from it? It is amazing. And of course, I have to mention that also Kabal works pretty nice with Day of the Dead Kitana. And especially if you use the respirator with Day of the Dead Kitana and you rely on the passive of Kabal that deals damage using Fatal Blows, you can stack up the heals, guys. My all-time record is 4 active heals on my Kabal. You can imagine he cannot really die. Okay guys, Black Dragon Kabal, the new champion of the series. What do you think of him? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Please let me know in the comments. Once again, he scored the amazing 91.5 and we label him as a perfect character, the first ever perfect character. As usual guys, if you want to see more reviews, you can find the link in the top right corner of the screen, and if you want to know which is the next on-demand review coming in next week, you can find the list in the description of this video. See you next time guys, take care and stay safe.
Can't anyone stop me?
Perfect.